Hey guys, welcome to this tutorial on building a professional menu experience in Power Apps using the modern tablets control. In this tutorial, we will explore the features of the modern tablets control and build a menu out of it. Before we begin, make sure you have access to the Power Apps. You can access it by navigating to makes.powerapps.com or click on Create, choose Blank App, choose Blank Canvas App, click on Create. I'll provide the app name as menu tutorial. Create. To create our menu, we will require a minimum of 5 screens, each representing distinct section of our sample application, such as Finance Tracker. This section includes Home, Income, Expense, Supplier, and Report. So let's start by creating the first screen, which is the Home screen. So I'll rename this screen to Home. Add a label to this screen so that we can recognize it when navigating it by menu. So I will add one label. I will place it in the top right section. Rename it to Home. Change it to font size to 20. I'll make it bold. Before we can leverage the model tab list control, we need to enable this feature in Power Apps. For that, go to Settings, navigate to Upcoming Feature, and search here Modern Controls and Themes. Turn it on. So once you turn it on, so when you click on plus icon, you can see this Modern tab will appear here, where you can add the modern controls. So as we discussed earlier, so we will require at least 5 screens to test our menu application. So let me quickly create all these screens one by one. What I'll do is I'll copy this screen by clicking on duplicate screen. I'll rename it to Income. I also rename this label as Income. I will also create one more screen and rename it to Demo. So let's place the tab list control on the screen. For that, click on plus icon, go to Modern and choose tab list control. This tab list control has been added successfully on the screen. So we will be using the Power App collection to provide the data source to this menu item. For that, go to Screen, choose App, and go to On Start. So on the start of the application, we will be creating collection. For that, I'll write function collect. So here you will provide the collection name. So I'll say call menu. So this collection, there will be 2 columns. One column will be the menu name and the second column will be the screen where this menu will navigate to. So I'll add name. So our first menu is home screen, comma. At another column, I'll put a screen. So here I'll provide you the screen name. This screen we will use to navigate when someone clicks on this home menu. I'll close the parenthesis. I'll copy it for the rest of the menu Second menu will be income, which will point to income screen. Our third menu will be expense. This will point to expense screen. Our next menu is report, which will point to report screen. I'll close it. I will also clear the collection. For that, I'll use function clear. So here I'll pass the menu name. So the first it will clear and then it will note the relevant record. Just click on format text. This completes our collection. Click on three icons and choose run on start. Go to our demo screen. Click on the tab list. Here we will provide the data source as call menu. Go to fields. Click on add field. Choose name. Click on add. You can see, so our menu has been populated. We forgot to add one more screen, which is our supplier. So for that, I'll again go to on start. I'll add one more menu here, which is supplier. Choose run on start. When you come back to demo screen, you will see the supplier has been automatically added. So this is a dynamic menu. So in case in future new menu is required, so you can directly add that into our collection. So just try to run it. If you click on home, so this is properly highlighted based on the selected menu. So now what we have to do is when someone clicks on income, it should navigate to income screen. If someone clicks on expense, it should go to the expense screen. So how can we achieve that? So for that, we will go to its on select property and we will navigate to that screen. Navigate. So we will navigate to the screen which one is selected. So as this is a list, so we will say cell dot selected. So this will return when the selected menu item. For example, if you click on expense, so it will return the expense. If you click on income, it will return the income. So screen transition, I'll choose as screen transition dot fade. Cell dot selected dot screen. You need to provide the screen name and the screen transition dot fade. All right. So if you see when we click on the income, it navigates to income screen. All right. Let's try again. Click on home. It navigates to home screen. So our menu navigation is working fine. We will add emojis to this navigation control. For that, let's go to on start menu and just below this home icon, just press window plus dot. So when you press window plus dot, you can see emojis icon window will appear over here. Here you will see tons of emojis and icons which you can use in your project. So I have already identified some of the relevant emojis for this application. Let me add these emojis one by one. So for home, I'll search home. I'll choose these emojis. For income, I'll press window dot so that this emojis window will come up. For income, I have identified money bag is a relevant one. I'll choose this one. For expense, I have selected this one. For supplier, so I'll choose this one as a supplier. For report, so I have selected bar chart. So as per your project need, you can choose whichever is more relevant to your menu applications. Save the application. Click on three dots and choose Run on Start. You will see these emojis have been appeared on your navigation menu. So right now only emojis can be added. So there is no provision to add any image icon over here. I think for supplier I have added two. Let me go back to that screen. Now this looks fine. I'll change its default selected item property so that this blue bar should be on the current selected item. I'll open its default selected item property and write one lookup function. So I look up from the data source, and our current data source is collection menu. So here I'll provide you the reference of the current screen. So I'll write screen is equal to app dot my active screen. So this will provide me the reference of the current selected item. Navigation is now complete. So let me copy this navigation to all of our screen one by one. I'll copy it on supplier. Let's try to play that. So right now I am on the home screen. Click on income. So now I am on income screen. Expense, now I am on expense screen. Supplier and then report. You can see our navigation is working fine. So now if I select this navigation, you can see we have an alignment property. So right now it's horizontal. I can also change it to vertical so that this navigation will turn out to be left navigation. What I'll do is I'll change this alignment to vertical. I'll reduce its width and increase its height. So now if you can see the same navigation I can use as a vertical. So in case you want to change the background color of this menu, then it is not possible here. But we can achieve that when we'll add this menu as a component. Let me copy that. Go to the component section. I'll click new component. I'll paste it on the blank canvas. So to access the global variable, which is our collection, into this component, we need to set this access app scope and turn it on. So you can see that now our menu navigation has been appeared successfully on this component. So now what you can do is, if you select this component, so you have a fill property. So in the fill property, you can specify the color of the menu. So when you add this menu into the screen, so you will see this default color will be appear there. So let me rename this component as menu underscore, as this is built using the modern tab list. So I'll write here modern tab list. So let me remove this component from here in all the screen. So add that component onto the screen. Click on the plus icon. Go to the classic section. Under custom, you will find that component. Now you can see our component have been successfully added onto the screen. We can copy paste that on all the screens one by one. Our navigation is also working fine. So the next functionality which I would like to achieve is I want to change the alignment dynamically so that we can reuse this component as a horizontal menu as well as vertical menu. For that, let me add one toggle on the home screen. The plus icon on the input section. I'll add this toggle button. Go to advanced section, and in the false text, I'll change this to horizontal menu, because by default I want menu should be horizontal. Let me increase its width. I'll again go to the advanced section, and on the true text, I'll change this to vertical menu. Now what I have to do is, when user checks this toggle button, this menu should be turned to vertical, and if it toggle back, it should turn out to be horizontal. I'll go to its onCheck property. In the add onCheck property, I'll declare some global variable so that we can change this global variable into the component. I'll write the variable name as menu setting. The first setting, to change the alignment, I need to have one global variable for menu alignment. Because currently it's horizontal, on check I want it should be vertical. I'll check this property to vertical. So when we are changing this menu as a vertical, so its width should be limited, but its height should be equal to app.height. So we need to provide the two more properties. One is width. So I'll say some width should be around 200 pixel. And height, its height should be equal to app.height. Along with that, I can also change the fill color of the component. So I'll provide some light color value. So here I'll provide the hexadecimal of the color. So hexa code, I'll say D3, little bit light. So apart from that, I'll also add two more properties, component width and component height. Component width. So component width, I'll choose the same 200. Component height. Height should also be equal to the app.height. The same property I want to change it to when user turns this toggle on off. So I'll add the same property to on check. So this time menu alignment should be horizontal. And its width should when this menu is horizontal, so its width should be the maximum width, which is the app dot width. So I'll change width to app dot width. So when this menu is horizontal, so its height should be around 66. I'll take 70. Fill color will be the same, and component width also, it should be the app dot width, and height should be, I'll give more height because we need to also display this horizontal bar, this blue color bar. So the component height should be more compared to the menu height. So I added 10 pixel more to that, 80 pixel. So let me populate this variable. Now go to component and assign this property. So first we will change the property of the component. So we have fill property. So fill property, what we'll have is menu setting dot fill color. Then we have component width. It should be menu setting dot component width. Then I have height. I'll change this to menu setting dot component height. So likewise, you will also change this property. For tab, we have alignment property that will make it dynamic as per our variable value. So we will change menu setting dot menu alignment. Then we have width, menu settings dot width, and the last one is height. I'll change this menu setting dot height. Let's save the application. Let's try to run that. So before that, we have changed this menu component. So let me add it again so that it reflects the latest changes. Go to the home screen. Now it's horizontal menu. If I'll click on toggle this, now it's a vertical menu. I'll toggle back. It's horizontal menu. Click on income, expense, supplier, report. Click on home. Again turn back to vertical. Now click on income, expense, supplier, and report. You can see our menu is working fine. The two things we need to change is its width is more, all right, and this height is, component height is also a little bit more. Let's reduce that to have a proper UI. Change the components. So in the horizontal menu, in the app setting, let's change this to 50, and component height is, let's make it 70. And on check, component width, let's have 150. 150. Also, I change the border itself, make it border as none. This time it's flying. Go to vertical, so its width is also reduced. So this is all about the menu navigation, which is built using modern tabless control. Thank you.